Ever thought of Brazil as just samba, soccer, and rainforests? Think again. Dive deep with me into the heart of Brazil's favelas, where history, culture, and crime intertwine. Greetings everyone. Today, we'll uncover the truth behind Brazil's favelas, from their historical roots in the late 1800s to their current status as both a symbol of Brazilian popular culture and a hotbed of crime. We'll explore how these slums have shaped Brazil's image on the global stage. If you find this video interesting, please support us by hitting the like button. Now, let's get started. While Brazil often grapples with an international image of insecurity and poverty, it's a nation of economic contrasts, with both significant wealth and persistent poverty. It is the world's fifth largest country in terms of area, has a population of over 200 million, and in terms of GDP, it is the 13th largest economy in the world. It is also the world's 8th largest oil-producing country and has many wealthy people, due to the challenging terrain and dense rainforests. Much of Brazil's population is concentrated in cities. Rio de Janeiro, one of Brazil's major cities, is among the most densely populated and has the widest disparity between the rich and the poor. Rio de Janeiro is famous for its beautiful beaches and carnival, but it is also known for its lack of security and high crime rate. Favelas, often perceived as mere marginalized neighborhoods, are in reality complex microcosms of society, reflecting years of governmental neglect and socio-economic challenges. Residents, feeling abandoned by official entities, have sometimes found a sense of community and support in unconventional places, occasionally including local organizations that operate outside the law. What led to such conditions in Brazil, a country with a substantial economy? During a global drought from 1876 to 1879, many regions, including Brazil, faced devastating famine and outbreaks of infectious diseases, leading to widespread suffering. A few years later, in 1889, Brazil was again hit by a severe drought, and many people starved to death. People managed to survive by eating insects, and at the same time Brazilian public sentiment exploded. However, the Brazilian government seemed to focus only on collecting taxes, neglecting the dire needs of its people. At this time, a man named Antonio Conselheiro rose to the occasion. Conselheiro helped orphans and the poor, and was worshipped as a savior by the people. Conselheiro led his people to the south, where drought was less severe, and they settled in a place they named Canudos. The Catholic Church treated them as heretics, and the Brazilian government would not leave the Conselheiro group alone because they did not pay taxes. The government sent in the army, and war broke out in Canudos, with more than 10,000 casualties, ending with a victory for the government forces. However, the government troops who won the Canudos War were discharged from the army without any compensation. The origins of the favelas trace back to these veterans, who, seeking settlement, began building makeshift communities on unclaimed land. The veterans, who were poor and without pensions, built houses without permission on public land in the hills of Rio de Janeiro, and named the hills Mojo da Favela, after the favela plant that was abundant in Canudos, where the war once took place. Originally, the favelas weren't lawless. They were simply communities where the impoverished gathered for shelter. With the abolition of slavery and rapid urbanization in Brazil, more and more people began to migrate from the countryside to the cities. However, despite the availability of jobs, there was a lack of affordable housing in the cities for the influx of poor workers. The government, aware of these conditions, remained indifferent, and eventually those who were in need of a place to live headed for the favelas. The government was aware of the situation but took no significant action. In the 1940s, the favelas expanded further due to the industrialization policies of Getúlio Vargas, and in the 1950s, the myth of the success of those who moved to the cities spread, and young people from all over Brazil flocked to Rio de Janeiro, seeking opportunities and a new life. However, in 1960, when the capital shifted from Rio to Brasília, significant investment and corporate industries followed, leaving Rio grappling with economic adjustments. Employment plummeted, electricity was scarce, and the favelas became lawless zones. where violence and force, not law, ruled. In the 1970s, a military dictatorship took power in Brazil. But the favelas remained unchanged. Once simply an unsafe slum, the favelas, while facing serious issues with crime, are also home to vibrant communities and cultural richness. With illegal drug and arms trafficking and even human trafficking, drugs flow into Europe via Rio. And children born in the favelas join gangs, creating a vicious cycle. It was during this period that the image of Brazil as a country with poor security began to emerge. Most of the Brazilian security-related videos circulating on the internet also take place in favelas. The number of murders in favelas has increased more than sevenfold. However, these areas often suffer from a lack of effective law enforcement, leading to a sense of lawlessness where crimes frequently go unpunished. Since then, favelas have sprung up in many neighborhoods. And today there are about 1,000 favelas in Rio. While some of them are less dangerous because of the infrastructure in place, others are without electricity and the sound of gunfire is commonplace. For economic and political reasons, the Brazilian government has been unable to do anything about it. Concerns over safety in the favelas sparked debates about their suitability as venues during the Rio Olympics. As it became more famous, it attracted more smugglers and criminals. Despite their challenges, favelas have garnered international attention, becoming an unexpected tourist attraction in Rio, partly due to their portrayal in globally acclaimed films like City of God, which was nominated for 4 Academy Awards in 2004, including Best Director, and has attracted many celebrity visitors. The favelas have drawn visitors ranging from celebrities like Will Smith, Kanye West, and Kim Kardashian to notable figures, including President Obama in 2011 and Pope Francis in 2013. In fact, it is often used as a setting for music videos and movies. Favelas are both slums and inseparable parts of Brazilian popular culture. Of course, this does not mean that it is safe. It is a very dangerous place. The danger is palpable in the words of a favela resident. "I have a sick daughter. My job didn't pay enough, so I had no choice but to become a dealer. This path led me into a world of resentment and conflict, where I faced gunfire and even took lives." This testimony underscores the lawlessness that pervades the favelas. The 1st Capital Command, despite its official-sounding name, is actually one of the largest narcotics organizations in Brazil. It commits all kinds of crimes and has even declared war on the government. The organization's base is in favela, and most of its members were born and raised in favelas. Tragically, some favela youth see joining criminal organizations as their only viable path, often driven by financial desperation rather than genuine desire. Reports suggest that the arsenal within Roxina, the largest favela in Rio, is extensive, though it's difficult to verify. Claims that it rivals the firepower of an entire army division. By the way, why does the Brazilian government continue to neglect the favelas? There are many reasons, but the biggest reason is that it takes an enormous amount of money and time. There are more than 1,000 favelas in Rio, and the number continues to increase. Moreover, the number of residents is not small. They make up about 6% of the population and cannot be wiped out. And above all, it is because of the unruly backlash. They use guns and even rockets to shoot down the police and even helicopters. A civil war will be inevitable to wipe out the favelas. Moreover, political corruption in Brazil is deep-rooted and serious. And there is nothing the Brazilian government can do at this point. Therefore, the favela residents are following criminal organizations, rather than the government. When the issue of favela security came up during the Rio Olympics, management was temporarily tightened, but after the Olympics were over, the favelas were once again left unchecked. The favelas lie in the shadow of Christ the Redeemer, one of the world's largest statues, atop Corcovado Mountain. This iconic symbol of both Rio and Brazil, metaphorically, seems to turn its back on the issues plaguing these communities. This exploration of the favelas sheds light on more than just their struggles. It reveals communities imbued with rich culture and unyielding resilience. Communities that are an indelible part of Brazil's identity. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insightful content. Take care and see you in the next video. Goodbye.